Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Major number JP-22. This is a package of 2 security pin for outswing door. This is what they look like. There's 2 of these gizmos, and we're going to talk about what these are for. There's also then 4 screws. There's enough screws here to get these jamb pins installed. The question becomes what are these used for? Why would you use a jamb pin like this? And why would you want them? If you're looking at this, you probably know what they're for. I find that people either have no idea what they are, like me once upon a time, or they know exactly what they are and they definitely want these. So the weight of a package of 2 is about 0.18 pound. The overall height of the plate, about 2 inch. The overall width, about 1 inch, just shy on that. The projection of the door side, about 5/8. The projection of the jamb side, about 9/16. Then let me give you a couple of additional dimensions. The diameter of the door side, and I'll define that. Door side is about 0.373. The frame side, or the rabbet side, about 0.247. Now, let's talk about exactly what you're going to use these for.
If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video.
What do you use a jamb pin for? Let's talk about that right now. A jamb pin is something that is used in the sense that it's a security device is actually what it is. It's a security device that helps prevent the removal of the door when the door is in the locked, closed, and I would imagine secured position. So how does it work? So you've got the door and the door closes. Okay, here's the lock side over here. Here's the hinge side over here. Okay, what you do is you are going to drill a hole in the jamb. Into the jamb is where this pin will be inserted. I would suggest that you mortise the, I didn't give you that dimension. I would suggest that you also mortise a rectangular preparation. This is 0.108 thick. Okay, 0.108. I would suggest that you mortise that, roughly 2 by 1, 0.108. Drill a hole, 1/4 inch would probably work, and then you secure this to the rabbet of the frame. Then you can go to start to close that door, and you'll mark on the door where you need to drill, probably a 3/8 hole, where the door will then come and set over this. That pin is going to extend into the style of the door. Now imagine this. You're on the exterior, which in this case would be the pull side of the door. And let's say you drive those hinge pins out because you're going to take that door off. This jamb pin is going to prevent you from doing that, all but prevent you from doing it. That's what it's for. Okay. An old timer, 30 years ago, he says to me, he was an old timer 30 years ago. He says, I got an outswing door, he says. Really nice guy. His name was Pete Loeb Builders in Chicago, and he was a builder in Chicago for many, many decades. He was a client of ours, Loeb. And he says, you want to, I don't recall the exact conversation, but he said something like, all right, do you know about the poor man's NRP hinge, non-removable pin hinge? And I says, the poor man's NRP? I says, no, I don't know anything about that. What is that? Well, if you've got an outswing door, you want to prevent someone from pulling those pins out and taking the door off, you take a 16-penny double head nail. 16-penny is a reference to the size of the nail. 16-penny is a larger nail, maybe 3.5 inch long. Double head. Now, 16-penny double heads are meant so that you can pull the nails out easily. If you're building a form for pouring concrete, you're going to use 16-penny double head nails when you build that form because you're going to want to pull the nails out so that you can reuse all the structure, the stakes, whatever it is that you've got for building your form. You take that 16-penny double head nail and drive it into the rabbet. I would recommend that you pre-drill a hole. You're going to split the frame. And then you drill that small little hole in the style of the door. That is the poor man's security pin, NRP. And it does basically the same job as this. And 16 penny double head nails are, you know, they're pretty dirt cheap, is the bottom line. But this would be the more technical, appropriate way to solve that. And I'll show you when we switch to the screen view exactly what I'm talking about. Actually, let's just do that right now. Let's switch to the screen view, and I'll show you not only some extended description information on this product, but I will also show you, I'll illustrate the concept to you.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
Okay, so this is what the Major Jamb Pin looks like. Let's take a look at some photographs that I have first. Here's the packaging. There's the contents. You'll notice one side is countersunk for the screw, the other is not. That's the back side of the unit, obviously. And your fasteners. Actually, the double head nail I referred to, that's what a double head nail looks like. Really, you know, you can think about this doing the same type of job. Now, extended description information, jamb pins. When you buy one, you're going to get 2 each. Prices for 1 pack of 2. I would certainly look to put 2 on a door. I wouldn't see a reason to put more. I don't know that anything is preventing you from putting more. One, I might want to install them in pairs. If you're going to install these into your wood frames and you're manufacturing the wood frames, mortise them now. Mortise them before you get to that point. Mortise and route them. Jamb pins for added security on hinge side of door may have to be mortised flush on tight-fitting doors, and that's going to mean the following. So I measured the thickness of the plate. Let's just say that this is a single rabbet wood frame. Okay, your hinge barrel. You got your. I won't draw all those in completely, but the point. We don't need to have the hinge there. You get the concept. This is where the hinge is going to be. You're going to install these between probably the first and second and third hinge. So if this margin is already real tight and will not tolerate that 0.108 thickness, or whatever it is that I said, okay, you might mortise that. So now it's flush. And that's what it looks like. You get the concept that 16 penny double head nail kind of does the same job. Okay. When you're a carpenter like Pete Loeb was, I imagine you know, you've got 16 penny double head nails rolling around the back of your truck. So that's a poor man's NRP feature. Garage doors, really great option. You know, if you're building residential, slap those onto garage doors or basement doors, maybe anything that swings out. It's always a good idea. You know, obviously a good idea on in-swing too. It's going to kind of help just security, but you know, you've got the hinges there. Those, you're not going to kick through that. So that's what we're driving at when we look at 16 penny double head nails. Installation instructions, okay. Yeah, they make them. They have them. So there you go. 4-inch below the top hinge, 4-inch above the bottom hinge. So there you go. Spread them out. A 1/4-inch hole in the frame or the rabbet. We would certainly call this area here the rabbet of the frame. That's what that is properly called. 1/4 in the frame and a 1/4 to receive the 1/4-inch pin. I'd agree with that. And then they want a 1/2-inch hole in the door. Sure. Our diameter of our pin was just shy on 3/8. I would think, you know, you're going to want to have a 1/2-inch hole because it might be a bit challenging to drill that precisely where you need it. Product brochure. There won't be much here, but it'll show you a page where you're going to have another option. Now, this option is neat because it also allows you to prevent the hinge from being separated if you drive that pin out. You're still not going to separate the leaves because these hinge screws are projecting through the hinge leaf into the back of the door. So those are fun too. I've sold both of these both ways. Okay. however you like. Now, below this video, as seen here, is a link to the manufacturer's page with our site, where you can view not only all of the major products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website here, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I would certainly recommend a trip into the full product catalog if somewhat unique or sometimes unique products or security hardware or locksmithing tools or door and frame installation aids are something that you have a regular or semi-regular need for. You'll find the major catalog to be extremely helpful for you because of that product line of those items that they have. And you can just scroll through there and just get the concept that there's lots of items in here. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera.
You know what's worse than not knowing where to put the neutral leg on a 3-phase high voltage panel? It's not participating in the Architectural Builders Supply March giveaway.
In conclusion, if you have any questions on the JP-22 pair of jamb pins or anything major related at all, please feel free to reach out to us. I have a reasonable understanding of almost everything in their catalog and can help dispel any sort of questions that you have. And if I can't, I will tap the shoulder of the people at Major and get the answer for us. I'm also reasonably familiar with their platforms of lock installation tools. They've got a couple of different primary platforms that will allow you to get mortise locks, cylindrical locks, function holes, exit devices, electric strikes, the whole gamut of items. If you're a locksmith and you're out there integrating access control, let's say, installing door locks, if you're not familiar with Major already, you will be quite glad that you've accidentally stumbled upon this information. Any questions on the JP-22 by Major or any other Major product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.
You know what's worse than losing your Z-axis on your CNC machine? It's not participating in the Architectural Builders Supply March giveaway. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.